This is 10 Bell Pod's 10 Facts on Gorgeous George. Every once in a while, a pro wrestler will come along that doesn't just define their generation, they change pro wrestling, the industry, forever. That was Gorgeous George. Here are 10 things about Gorgeous George that if you didn't know, you're about to if you watch this video. Number 1. Gorgeous George helped invent the modern wrestling heel. Before Gorgeous George, wrestlers were presented as just straight-laced athletes. Of course, fans liked some, didn't like some, but then came Gorgeous George. George turned arrogance, cheating, and flamboyant behavior into an art form, creating the blueprint for the villain every wrestling promotion uses till this day. Number 2. His outrageous robes were designed during World War II rationing. During World War II, Americans were asked to sacrifice lots of things, one of them being nice fabric. So at a time when fabric was scarce, George strutted to the ring in glittering satin robes covered in sequins. People didn't know that they were actually made from his curtains and other cheap materials, at least the first ones. But the crowd hated him because it looked like he was flaunting his wealth during wartime. Number 3. His wife Betty helped create the entire Gorgeous George persona. She dyed his hair blonde, helped create the actual robes, and helped develop the very character's presentation. Without Betty's creative influence, the most famous wrestling character of the 1940s and 50s may have never existed. Number 4. Gorgeous George made early television sets fly off the shelf. In the late 1940s, bars and restaurants would advertise that they had a television specifically so people could watch Gorgeous George wrestle. Not, hey, we have a TV. We have a TV with Gorgeous George on it. Some historians believe George helped drive early TV adoption almost as much as popular entertainers like Milton Berle. Number 5. Muhammad Ali directly gave credit to Gorgeous George as an influence. Ali borrowed George's flamboyant confidence and trash-talking style. This idea of athletes hyping up fights with a big, bold personality and outrageous self-promotion started with Gorgeous George. Number 6. His entrances were game-changing. George walked to the ring with a manservant named Jeffries who sprayed Chanel cologne in a trail ahead of him as George gave out gold Georgie pins. He also included entrance music, blasting Pomp and Circumstance, a Macho Man song. And if he wasn't literally the first, he was one of the first pro wrestlers to use entrance music as part of this character-driven presentation. Number 7. Fans often got so angry at him that they sometimes started riots. Crowds threw coins, cigarettes, anything else they could grab at the ring as George was in it. His heel tactics were so effective that audience genuinely wanted to see him get beaten up, even if they had to do it themselves. Mark's gonna mark. Number 8. George was one of the first wrestlers to become a national celebrity. There had been famous wrestlers before: Hackenschmidt, Gotch, McLaughlin, Toots, Ed the Strangler, yada yada. But they didn't have TV. At his peak in the 1940s and early 50s, Gorgeous George earned about $100,000 a year in that era's money, roughly the same as baseball superstar Joe DiMaggio. Gorgeous George was genuinely one of the most recognizable athletes and celebrities in America. Number 9. He may have pioneered the hair versus hair match. In 1959, George lost a match where his famous blonde curls were shaved off in front of 20,000 fans live and over 1 million TV viewers. A match stipulation still being used today. Number 10. Sadly, Gorgeous George is quite possibly pro wrestling's first great tragedy. George died nearly penniless despite being one of wrestling's biggest stars. After years of heavy drinking, gambling losses, divorces, and failed businesses, George ended up living on Skid Row. He died in 1963 at just the age of 48 years old, becoming one of wrestling's first of many cautionary tales. And if you want to hear the full story, check out Gorgeous George's 10 Bell Pod.